watching End Zone, sponsored by Brahms.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the first edition of 2026 of the End Zone, along with Camryn Johnson. I am Colby Daniels. Hope everybody had a good time bringing in this new year. Obviously, the new year brings hope for a fan of every team, right? Everybody is undefeated going into 2026, unless I guess you consider like the 2025-2026 season something. But, you know, it's a new year and you can hope to go undefeated in this season from a sports standpoint. But Camryn, how was the new year?
It was fantastic. You know, got to celebrate with some friends, had a great night. And now, like you said, just looking forward to hopefully some good moments here in 2026 and off to a good start so far. How about you?
I made it barely, you know, wrangling the kids, barely made it to midnight, and it was lights out. But yeah, it was good. I'm excited for what 2026 is going to bring. Obviously, on the heels of the exciting finish to OU's season, the unexciting, I guess, playoff game, but the 2026 college football season, when it reboots here in Oklahoma, that's going to be a blast. And I mean, the Thunder are just really getting started to defend their championship. So I think there's a lot of fun days ahead of us in 2026. Are you a resolution person?
Yes and no. I don't actively make a list, but I always have something going where I'm like, oh, you know, I want to do this before the end of the year. So it's not official. So nothing really at the top of mind yet. I have silly things like I want to learn how to cook this, or I want to do small things. Nothing big. How about you?
I'm not. I mean, for a while, it was always the same thing, like be healthier, you know, eat better, work out. I mean, the same stuff as everyone else, right? Just try to be a better human being overall. I decided this year, though, I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching something, and it was like sports resolutions for 2026, and I was like, okay, like, should I come up with some sports resolutions? And I thought, you know what? Why don't I come up with resolutions for other people? Like, I don't have any resolutions for myself, but I have some resolutions for some other people.
You have some suggestions.
Like college football, for example. As we watch the college football playoff, I have some resolutions for college football as a whole, like fixing the entire sport, Camryn. Fix the entire sport.
I think that's a pretty good one. I mean, it is chaotic these days. You know, you think we're in the middle of the college football playoffs right now, and you have teams that could very well, they're playing in a playoff game right now, but in the next 2 weeks could be at an entirely different school. I mean, it's madness all over the place.
Like, is your coordinator going to coach in the next game?
Yep.
If they win that one, is he going to coach in the next game, or is he going to go work at his new job? I mean, it's absolute chaos. And this idea of rewarding teams with a month off of playing football blows me away. I mean, we're 2 years into this 12-team model, and the reward for being one of the quote-unquote top 4 teams is a 1-7 record now because you have to sit out for a month. And, you know, I go back to days in the NFL where teams are really good and kind of secure their spot with a few weeks to go. And there's always this debate about what if you rest your starters on the final week of the regular season? Are they going to be rusty in the playoffs? These are professional football players we're talking about, and we're debating if a week or two off is going to prevent them from being at their top level. But with college football players, we think giving them an entire month is not going to in any way, shape, or form like prevent the rhythm and chemistry of offenses and defenses from being at a high level. It's wild.
Well, right now, I think the way it is, it's almost better to be in a spot like OU was, where you play the first week, but you're at home. And I mean, because clearly that record shows that when you get that first round bye,
1-7.
1-7. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that it's. I can just say this: it's clearly not an advantage, right? And it's supposed to be an advantage, whether it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. The model is not an advantage for the top 4 teams, and you would obviously rather not play an extra game if you don't have to, but it's not an advantage to wait a month to play college football. So my resolution is to college football: fix your product. And something that I absolutely love, but at times just get so incredibly frustrated with. All right, let's we're gonna think back to a lot of things in 2025 in this show. So let's start here. Favorite moments of this 2025 college football season. You moved back to Oklahoma this year. We started doing the show together at the beginning of the football season. It was a fun ride. So what stood out the most of this football season?
Oh, well, if you go in terms of our local teams, OU was that was a fun roller coaster to be a part of, getting to witness a night game against a team like Michigan right out of the gate. Then you watch them go through a rough period of time, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, can they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's fun in hindsight whenever you know that you went through like 4 must-win games and you won all of them. But at the time, it was this whole uncertainty. But yeah, it was really cool to witness that home playoff environment. I think that was, I mean, I know it's new, but it's bucket list stuff. That was pretty cool. Oklahoma State, boy, that was a journey. But
it was a journey. I don't know if there were. I said favorite moments, so
Yeah.
I don't know if anything that happened to Oklahoma State was a favorite moment. Was it?
Well, off the field, yes,
Okay,
because I think, wow, Oklahoma State was having one of its worst years ever. Those fans were making the most of it. So I got to say,
That's fair.
One of my favorite moments was the shirtless section.
That's fair.
You know, take the little wins where you can. Get them.
That is by far the highlight of the Oklahoma State football season. I mean, I think you nailed it. The Michigan game kind of was the tone setter for what this season could be if they won. John Mateer was the Heisman favorite after they beat Michigan. When you think back on it, like how crazy was that? And then the injury happens, and it seems like the season has been completely derailed. And I just think you remember that November run, going to Neyland Stadium, going to Bryant-Denny Stadium, getting 2 road wins over Tennessee and Alabama, and just the absolute optimism at that point for what this team could ultimately pull off. And as you said, the college football playoff vibes in Norman on December 19th were just, I mean, it's as good as any atmosphere you can be in as a sports fan, just feeling the excitement and the vibes of what was about to take place. Unfortunately, not in favor of the Sooners. But what a fun football season, first football season for you back in Oklahoma, and I think 2026 is going to be a lot of fun as well. All right, we'll take a timeout. We've got more than 10 seconds of MAC football on the other side of the break, and we'll look back on some of our favorite moments of the end zone in 2025. All right, welcome back to the End Zone. 2025 was a lot of fun. We said goodbye to a couple of former co-hosts. We welcomed Camryn Johnson to the show. We got to cover a lot of awesome things. Oklahoma's playoff run, the Thunder's NBA World Championship run, which was just absolutely incredible. Let's take a look at the wild and adventurous journey that 2025 was right here on the End Zone.
Is yours.
2 in a row. All right.
A little pressure on you. There we go.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Second 9 on Sunday. Did you leave it short?
Oh,
you left it short! Colby!
All right, there we go.
You can't leave a winning putt short.
New co-host here on the End Zones.
No, whenever I first saw the news, my first reaction was, there's no way that, I mean, it just felt so on the nose. There's no way it could be real. And then all of a sudden, I mean, you see it there. Like, there's no way you're actually sports gambling.
They've got all the right, I think, pieces at least to equate to a title run, and they don't have to go through the SEC gauntlet.
Again, they're like 12-1 and like a 1 or 2 ranking, very much on the table for them.
Titania's done nothing but make big plays all season.
6'7". Okay, I mean, he's rocking a trend right now, so he's playing to the crowd. I like the awareness. I'll give it an 8. I'm the NIL guy,
8?
And so I like that kind of stuff.
Kind of bringing in pop culture to the equation.
A brand might see that and go, okay, he's with the trends. I can go give him an NIL.
8's a little high for me. I was thinking somewhere between 6, 7. As what a missed opportunity by you there.
Oh my gosh.
I talked to DeMarco, and he tells me, man, he said, hey, you ready to get the ball? And I said, yeah, bro, let's go do this. And I asked him, like right before we get to, hey, do you want me to score? Or do you want me to give me a full goal? And at first,
I'm taking to the house if you want me to.
At first he said, John, get what you can, right?
Yeah.
And then we leave the huddle, and he says, KB, and I look back, and he said, hey, go score. Hey, you go score, right? So, hey, what happened was, man, it was surreal. But first of all, catch the ball.
Yeah.
Let's catch the ball first, and then after that, man, honestly the hole closed when I got there, so I had to go outside. And
When did you know that you were getting to the end zone?
Honestly, when I passed the last dude, I ain't gonna lie. I really thought I was gonna get caught.
Yeah.
I really did, because 2 guys had angles on me, and it's so funny. People come up to me to this day and say, "Dang, kid, that's the fastest I've ever seen you."
Fastest he's ever gone. You know what? At the most important time, John Mateer takes the snap and immediately just throws it to the wrong person for the pick 6. Alabama scores the touchdown. And the vibe at the Paycom Center, the energy at the Paycom Center on Sunday night before Game 7 just had, I mean, a whole different level of juice than I think I've ever experienced. The end zone, we got some confetti from the Paycom Center. Thunder are your NBA champions. We'll see you next week. Wow, a lot of fun memories there, and I just want to say I am very happy to leave 2025 and that Clemson national championship prediction behind.
Yeah.
Let's put that in the rearview mirror and never look back at that again. That's beyond embarrassing.
There was a time, there was hope.
Yeah, my gosh, they were absolutely atrocious this season. Here's the thing, though. It's not all fun and games on the End Zone. We do have some very serious sports journalism going on this show, and a lot of that is thanks to our MAC sports reporter Adam King, who every week gives us 10 seconds of MAC football. So let's go back and look at the best bits of MAC football this season. All right, Adam King has begged us to talk MAC football on this program for over a year, so we made him a deal. We're going to give him 10 seconds of MAC football right now on the End Zone.
Oh, Camryn, Colby, we got a battle. Loser leaves town here for the inside track, maybe for that group of 5 playoff spot. 2 of the 3 betting favorites for the MAC, Bowling Green, Ohio University.
Our own Adam King, MAC correspondent, did such a bang-up job. We're giving him 10 more seconds of MAC football this week.
OU fans got to be careful, guys. There's precedent of MAC schools beating the number 5 team in the country all the way back in 2016. NIU beat then-ranked number 5 Notre Dame.
And that was 10 seconds of MAC football here on the End Zone. 10 seconds of MAC football with Adam King.
A lot of coaches that are a lot of teams looking for coaches. Why not check out the MAC? We got a pedigree. We got Urban Meyer, Dan Mullen, Nick Saban, Woody Hayes.
All right, that was 10 seconds of MAC football with Adam King, but MAC correspondent Adam King has 10 seconds of MAC football.
Yeah, mid-season award watch lists are out. A lot of MAC representation, and these could be the guys that transfer to your schools and help your teams out. So let's start with freshman running back Camryn Petaway.
MAC correspondent Adam King.
You nailed it, Colby. The days are getting shorter. The leaves are changing a little bit. That means your Tuesday and Wednesday nights are about to change. And the MAC leading off with their leader in the clubhouse. A huge match.
Just to MAC correspondent Adam King with 10 seconds of MAC football.
A happy MACtion week. We had 4 games already this week. Akron, Ball State, Toledo, and Ohio U's and Parker Navarro's magical run continues, now tied at the top of the leaderboard as those standings.
And that was 10 seconds of MAC football here on the End Zone. But we still have 10 seconds of MACtion from one of the games of the week.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where you score 14 points to win the game, and you win 5 of the last 6.
Here's Taylor Williams, still on his feet. There he goes.
Did he score? Did he not? I have no idea. Find out next week when we give you 10 more seconds of MAC football here on the End Zone. Oh, MAC football never fails to deliver.
No,
one of our
not.
favorite parts of this show. So we got to kick off 2026 the right way with 10 seconds of MAC football.
And New Year's resolutions, guys, people trying to get trim, get a little fit. The MAC might be also talks within the conference of downsizing to save some money for schools and programs through travel.
All right, it is Moving the Chains next here on the End Zone. All right, welcome back to the show. No traditional version of Moving the Chains this week, but thinking back to all the fun guests and questions and answers for Moving the Chains over 2025 got me thinking we got to put together our best reel of Moving the Chains, and I'll let you grade the highlights of Moving the Chains from what we look at from our best of 2025.
If you were scanning through that TV on that guide, and if you see Love and Basketball come up on there and you don't stop, me and you can't be in an item. We cannot be an item. So give me Omar Epps, Love and Basketball, Nia Long. Let's get with it.
Is that a rom-com, though? That's a great movie, and I'm with you. I love that movie. I think is that a rom-com technically?
Probably.
That's definitely a rom-com. It's romance. It's romantic. It has
funny.
all the elements.
Where's the com part, though?
rom-com.
This was a teammate of yours.
Oh, gosh.
Jocelyn Allo. And you're going to have to go righty now. So
Okay.
This might be tougher for you.
Jossie, she loves to get in her legs, so she's going to, she has to stretch a little bit, and then she gets in, and she's, down here, and then she just... This looks so bad right.
You know what? I actually think that's really close.
But she gets so low. She gets so low.
And you immediately looked to the fences because they were all going over the fences. All right, let's see Jocelyn Allo. Oh!
Just like that, jogging around, immediately look to the fences. Look, there it is.
That's a home run. That's a home run. Home run.
2 runs.
Ooh, man, all-time starting 5. Ooh, wee. All right, I'm gonna go with Russ at the 1. I'm gonna go with Shea at the 2. I'm gonna go with James Harden at the 3. I'm gonna go with KD at the 4, and give me my big fella, man, Steven Adams at the 5.
Everyone in Philly, I talked to a guy this week, says, you don't give us enough credit when it comes to Jalen Hurts. Talking about everyone in the NFL. He thinks he gets disrespected. I will start the Super Bowl MVP, even though I'm a Cowboys fan. It hurts me to say. I know. I will bench Baker Mayfield.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to cut Kyler Murray. Give me a 5-yard loss.
That's a tough one. I mean, I see where you're coming from. I'll give you 2 yards.
Okay.
I mean, it's a tough one. You could argue like maybe Baker with the Eagles.
Can I throw a challenge flag on this? We've never thrown a challenge.
I don't know.
I would throw a challenge flag as a Cowboys fan. I can't start Jalen Hurts
at homecoming here at Boone Pickett Stadium, and I feel like we were down 14 at halftime, I think, and we came back at halftime and we won, and you always celebrate in the locker room. But we always used to have a little dance party in the locker room after the game. And I'll probably say the most funniest thing ever was I saw Coach Gundy do a handstand, and he started break dancing. And when I say that, that's probably my favorite video. I always see it when I see it. It's just a great video.
Tom Brady apparently cloned his dog. Did you hear this story?
I did hear the story.
Okay, kind of crazy. You played for a couple of out there head coaches in Les Miles and Mike Gundy. So I will ask you, Les Miles or Mike Gundy most likely to clone their dog?
Les Miles, and he do it talking like this. You're going to get after him. Les Miles.
2 years ago at Nationals, KJ had broken her heel at the beginning during warm-ups, and she was standing on her toes the entire meet, jumping up and down. And I don't know if people know this, but when you break a heel, it's kind of hard to walk. She's walked around the entire meet, the entire day on a broken heel, and no one knew until after the meet. And she told us, and we were all cracking up on the bus.
With the game face on the whole time,
literally,
right?
And you couldn't tell. I'm like, that's so impressive because I couldn't do that.
Who would you be on camera? Now maybe we can get a tight zoom in too as you promote Wyatt Hendrickson and your persona.
It would be Mr. America.
Oh.
Because everything I do is for the well-being of this country. If anyone comes and tries to do anything to wreck my country, Mr. America will step in and put you down. Is that what you wanted?
It's the greatest night in pro wrestling history.
That was great.
It's the greatest night in pro wrestling history. We got a touchdown.
That was perfect.
Oh, so good. Wyatt Hendrickson was an absolute riot. And to finish with a couple of OU and OSU national champions there at the end. I mean, I thought it was the right touch. What'd you think?
That's a first down and much, much more. I'm going to say touchdown. I love
touchdown.
That's a touchdown. I love to watch the difference between people who they really have to think on their answer and they're, grasping like me most of the time. And then there's the people who are confident they know exactly what they want, just like that last one there. I think those are great. That's touchdown.
Absolutely.
All the way.
And he does the eyebrows, right there at the end.
Commits.
That just sold the whole thing. It was absolutely fantastic. So much fun. We'll have to put a 2026 edition together with more great guests. All right, we got to make game picks. The college football playoff is down to the Final Four. That's next as we wrap up the End Zone.
Time now for the Brahms in the Bag Pick of the Week.
All right, we've nearly reached the conclusion of the college football season. Mm-hmm. The semifinals are right around the corner. 2 more games before we get a national championship matchup. Let's make game picks. We don't have a month off between somebody playing, so these teams will be a little bit more fresh. What do you think with this first matchup? A rematch?
A rematch, yes. And like we saw in that first one, I think this is going to be one of the closer games. We haven't seen a lot of close games yet in the playoffs, but I think Oregon, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. I think they make this a close game. They cover that 4 points. Do I think they win? I still kind of favor Indiana in that one, but I'm going Oregon to cover.
I think Indiana wins, but I think Oregon covers as well. Indiana's got to play flawed football at some point, right? They may not be the most talented, but they just don't make mistakes. Right. And we'll find out, I guess, if they do it in the next game. All right, this one is wildly intriguing. Miami and Ole Miss. The Rebels season continues without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, we were talking before the show about how fun, for me at least, it's been to watch Ole Miss go on and win these games despite the coaching change. At some point, I think that Miami just holds the advantage. They've been much better. I don't know. Something tells me that the Hurricane have the winning recipe in this one, and I'm going with Miami.
I think this is a great game. I think that's a great pick, but I'm putting my trust in Trinidad Chambliss, the best quarterback in college football, leading Ole Miss. Either way, it's going to be a fun matchup, and either way, I think we get a really fun national championship game. For Camryn Johnson, I'm Colby Daniels. Once again, Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll see you next week.